there, I'm Sheryl Goodwin Magiera, your go-to guide for life's messy and magical moments. As a farm girl turned single mom, I often wondered what life would look like after my kids were grown. Turns out, it was all about rediscovering and loving myself first. On this podcast, we'll dive into topics that touch the soul, like love, loss, triumphs, and setbacks. So grab your favorite drink and buckle up. Welcome to the Imperfectly Charming Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about change. We often get thrown curveballs in our life. And sometimes some are easier to deal with than others. And I've been learning how to navigate those changes with more grace and more ease because I've been working on self-care practices that help me to become less reactive, to become more accepting. So I have a different lens that I'm looking through life now, which is something that has helped me a great deal in all the work that I've been doing. And the blog that I'm going to be reading for you today, the title of it is called Winds of Change, and it goes like this. A few weeks ago, my friend Shannon had offered to teach me how to use a kayak. By all weather accounts, it was going to be a great day to learn. The forecast read sunny and mild with no chance of rain. However, Mother Nature had other plans, and I would be learning under rainy and cloudy skies. Granted, we could have rescheduled, but we really wanted to go. Once my friend gave me the quick lowdown on how to get in the kayak, I awkwardly climbed in and pushed myself away from the shore and dock. I was given instructions how to use the paddle, and away we went, into the wind. Okay. I needed to navigate going against the current. Shannon mentioned it would be much easier on our way back and would be going with the wind and current. Excellent news. As we made our way along the shoreline, keeping our distance from a few fishing boats, we paddled on. My friend reminded me to hold the paddle blades perpendicular as it entered the water, sweeping right and left. Ah, yes, that's the ticket to keep my kayak moving. She seemed to be easily gliding along into the wind and waves, as it was more challenging for me to move ahead. I either had to adjust my paddles or risk being pulled backwards by the current. I wanted to move forward, not back. Again, getting control of the paddle, I was able to forge ahead while my friend waited for me in a shallow cove that was protected from the wind and the current. I practiced a bit in the area before heading back into the open water. Avoiding another fishing boat, we had to navigate into the middle as we made our way to the other side of the lake and shoreline. At one point, I felt like I was going in circles, and it was as if the waves were directing my motion round and round. I was given a few more instructions on how to use the paddle to turn the vessel in my desired direction. When we started heading back to shore, it didn't seem easier, but actually seemed a bit harder to maneuver the kayak. And again, I was struggling in a circle. Laughing and getting tired, Shannon mentioned the wind shifted and we were again heading against the current. For the love of. I was starting to tire but had no other choice but to push through, using the paddle to help keep me pointed in the right direction, and successfully made it to shore. We must let go of the life we had planned so as to accept the one that is waiting for us. Joseph Campbell. I thought my whole kayaking experience was a great metaphor for changes and challenges in life. Sometimes we have the little breezes that feel easy and perfect. Other times there isn't any wind at all and we just drift along, enjoying the view. Then there are the other times when the wind picks up and we are taken by surprise. We can either accept the new weather and change or stay stuck in the swirling middle of the old life and the new. Being in the middle of the lake, it was necessary for me to move forward into the wind and make the necessary alterations for my new path. The truth is, change is going to happen whether we like it or not. When the winds of change blow, we have a choice. We can stay where we are and do nothing, or we could combat the wind and get to where we're going next. It's not always an easy journey, but growth is worth the effort. Sometimes in the winds of change, we find our direction. Author unknown. As a side note, I want you to know I went kayaking again and the conditions were perfect. So I hope you enjoyed the story that I read to you about the challenges that I had. And really, it is a great metaphor for how they come at us from different directions, from different angles. And we have to navigate and maneuver wherever we are in life. And sometimes, yes, it does feel like 2 steps forwards and a step backward, but that is still forward motion. So I just want to remind you to keep going and keep challenging yourself to be gentle and use grace when you come across a situation that makes you anxious and afraid, and navigate the best you can. I will see you soon, my friends. If you love this episode, you won't want to miss my free workbook, 7 Simple Ways to Elevate Your Life. Head over to the imperfectlycharming.com website to snag your copy. And hey, if this podcast resonated with you, do me a favor, like, share, and hit that subscribe button. And until we meet again, shine on, friends.